I'm Seth. I'm a sophomore and I'm 16.
Hi, I'm Lainey. I'm a senior and I'm 17 years old.
Hi, I am Kate. I am 18 and I am a senior.
Hi, my name is Xander. I'm 16 and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Hunter. I'm a senior and I'm 17.
I think it's important if it's in the right context. I don't think it's important when it comes to like kids that are 10 years old and just wanting to be in a relationship.
To me, dating is important because I want to get married, and that's the only way to find who you're going to marry.
For me, it's not that important.
I don't think it's that important because it's just not something I focus on right now, that I need right now.
I find the quality of dating important over the quantity.
I feel like you have to be okay as an individual.
So I'm sure it differs from person to person on whether or not that dating step kind of comes in. It could be, well, I'm looking for someone to fill this hole or fill this gap. I hear that a lot. That person could also help you individually as well.
And you don't want to depend on someone just for like all of your happiness. Also, like you don't want to bring someone in just to fill a hole you're having, because then if they leave, your hole might be empty again.
You shouldn't let a person like be your happiness. You should let, like, they can add to it, but they shouldn't be like the whole happiness.
Source of it.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it depends on the person and where you're at, like spiritually, and how you are like mature wise, because I feel like some people could be ready at 16, but others that are a little behind might need a little bit longer.
I mean, it makes sense what you're saying. I mean, as you guys said, also too, you don't want 10-year-old. 10-year-old's not a good idea.
I'd definitely say at least high school. I don't think it's a good idea in middle school because I haven't, like, I've met mature middle schoolers, but I haven't met, I feel like, enough a mature middle schooler to be able to just take a serious relationship.
Even adults aren't mature though, so
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah.
it's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
it just
depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's true too, huh? Guess that also kind of brings in the experience level, I guess. Not with dating, but with just, I guess, life in general.
You'll definitely see in high school though, I feel like more kids in a relationship are more serious, but at the same time in junior high, there is no really serious relationship. The person that you're dating needs to be definitely with Jesus.
You gotta be equally yoked.
Yes. Yeah.
You could start out not equally yoked and try and get that person up to your speed in your faith and stuff.
You should know the person before you date them, like to see if they're more open if they don't believe. But if they're open to believe, then it's better.
Yeah.
You should know the person to see if they're gonna believe in God and see what you can do in their lives.
I even with that, I'd be more careful too because I feel like it's called missionary dating. And I feel like that's not really always the good idea, but it's like, it's smart to still be that person's friend, just not in a relationship, and still try to bring them to Christ. And like once they do get to Christ, I feel like it's okay to make your move and start dating that person.
Yeah, I feel like that's something really important before you even like enter a relationship with someone, is to see where they like stand like with the Lord, and see kind of how they are and how their relationship is with Him, and then see like, is it someone I really want to be with?
Yeah, definitely. Non-believers, I guess, they don't date to marry. They just date because they're lonely.
Non-believers are there just to, I'm not accusing them, but I feel like they're just there just for bad intentions. I feel believers are more open to like being in a relationship and like a really good, healthy relationship compared to a non-believer.
Yeah, I feel like also non-believers may not, like you said, not want someone for good intentions, and they might just like be with them for a while and be like, peace, I got what I wanted, kind of a thing. And I feel like most believers will date with good intentions and will most of the time treat their significant other with the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, I'd definitely say your partner or whatever is definitely supposed to encourage you and not discourage you when it comes to faith, and pretty much with a lot of things, unless if the thing that you're wanting to do is not godly or anything good. But yeah, I think that is definitely important in a relationship to have somebody to be able to keep you in check when it comes to your faith.
I feel like most people would say, God-honoring relationship, you guys are both going to church, but I feel like it's more than that. You both need to lift each other up, motivate each other, be there for each other, I guess, and have those conversations about God and everything.
Well, I know for my family personally, my dad and my mom kind of went through in high school and stuff. They were kind of dating and stuff, and it didn't turn out good. And then they divorced, got married, and then my dad got remarried, and his remarried, they seem a lot happier. So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of not to rush things, because I guess for them it's just kind of like a feel-good thing at first, and then it caused a bunch of problems, and then later on they realized having a strong spiritual relationship was really better for everyone.
Okay, so I feel like growing up, like who you surround yourself with, like what adults are around you, really do play an influence in how you will go about dating. Like if your parents set a really good example for you and they're married and they're in a healthy relationship and they follow the Lord and they read their Bible and all those good things, then you might go about dating more responsibly and not just date for fun. And
Oh, it is at my house is my parents lead by example, so like I can see what they do and how they act and stuff. So I read off that, and they don't really have to give me much advice because I tell them, like, I feed them what they're feeding me, if that makes sense, in what they're doing in their actions.
the best advice that I have gotten is to have Christ at the center of your relationship, because if he's right there with you, then he'll be good. As long as both of you and your significant other are on the same page and you both agree that he's in the center and he's the one guiding your relationship.
Yeah, same. I think that's the most advice I've gotten for dating and stuff, is really just have it be centered around Christ. Every teen is different, and kind of at one point you're like, teenagers are going to do what they really want to do. And I mean, you're talking about maturity earlier and stuff, and whether they're mature or not to really listen to you or not really determines on how far they go with it.
I feel like something too is not having parents be like too overprotective if their child is in a relationship, but then also not care at all. I feel like they need to have like a balance of like, yes, they're probably gonna make mistakes along the way of their dating life, and they're not gonna be perfect with it.
Because I think that way too, you can't be like overprotective, but you can't just not care at all.
Yes.
Like, bring it back to what I was saying, like, not tell them in the first place not to do something, but still tell them, just don't be overprotective, as you're saying, or over-involved, but don't be under-involved and not care at all.
I feel like a lot of times, like if a parent is too overprotective, most of the time I feel like the kid's going to rebel more.
Yeah, so I would definitely just say, kind of not let your kid just go free for all, but kind of let them figure it out almost. Like let them make mistakes to figure out like, this is what you can, this is what you can't do.
I'd say my parents did the right amount, I would say. They gave me everything that I needed to know.
Yeah, same. I think my parents did a pretty good job with it, because they don't tell me every day or really every month. They kind of just told me once, and as you were saying, they just kind of led by example and really just let me decide.
I feel like my parents have showed me like a good example, and they've taught me lots of wise wisdom, and now it's just my decision if I apply it or if I don't apply it.
A good amount of my friends, their parents do talk to them good, but I do have plenty of other friends that their parents just don't really talk to them about that. They let them do their thing.
I definitely have a handful of people who I know whose parents have not like guided them down the right path with this. And then I have the other side which have, and I see them doing a lot better, like relationship wise. And then the other side, not making good decisions and not just not being wise in relationships.
Yeah, I know a few of my friends, their parents have talked to them quite a bit about relationships and stuff, but they still went against their advice and still just kind of did everything. Whether or not they're going to accept that advice, because you could tell someone 1,000 times to do something doesn't mean they're going to do it.
In dating, I'd probably say a long relationship would be like 2 to 3 years. That's like a good long, lots of time together.
That's like your whole high school.
It's a good like long time. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if y'all were thinking something
Yeah, I was
totally
like
different.
8 months. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was thinking 2 years. I think
I
2
was
years
thinking
is
at
was
least a
thinking-
year.
Yep.
I was thinking 2 years is a long time.